The phone buzzed at 2:17 a.m., face down on the nightstand, a soft tremor in the dark. I didn't move at first. I listened instead. Her breath beside me too practiced, like sleep rehearsed for an audience. The screen lit the ceiling with a pale, clinical glow. A name I didn't recognize. A heart emoji I had never sent. My pulse slowed. Strangely, deliberately, I rolled onto my back and watched shadows crawl across the wall, thin as veins. The house was breathing. Old pipes, settling wood, distant traffic. And her hand, warm, possessive, draped across my chest, claiming what was no longer hers. Another buzz. Then another. I felt it this time. Not in my chest. Lower. Deeper. A quiet fissure opening. I stared at the ceiling and counted cracks like years. 1, 2, 3. Every number felt like a promise breaking. She stirred. Murmured my name without knowing me. I closed my eyes. Smiled into the darkness. Because I understood something with frightening clarity. This was not the beginning. It was the end arriving in silence. A tea breakfast. She spoke too fast. Coffee trembling in her hand. Eyes avoiding mine. A joke that didn't land. The children chattered, innocent, bright, unknowing. I watched her watch them. Not like a mother. Like a witness. That afternoon she said it casually, like weather. I've been feeling alone. The words sat between us like glass. Alone. In our home. In our bed. In a life I built brick by brick. I nodded. No argument. No comfort. Only a stillness that made her nervous. Small details surfaced. Late showers. Muted notifications. Perfume that wasn't mine. Her phone never left her palm anymore. Not even in sleep. I felt myself retreat inward, folding into a colder version of me. Shock came first. Then denial. Then a clarity so sharp it hurt. I loved her once. Maybe I still did. But love, I realized, is just trust wearing a gentle face. And trust had already died. I said nothing. I asked nothing. I simply watched her drift farther from me while sitting inches away. And I let the silence grow teeth. That I moved like a ghost through my own life. Calm at work. Soft with the kids. Polite at dinner. Inside thunder. I ordered a DNA test for our youngest under the guise of medical records. Paperwork. Swabs. Waiting. Endless waiting. At night, I studied phone logs, patterns, absences that suddenly made sense. 2 hours unaccounted for every Tuesday. Same contact. Same time. I followed quietly once. Parked far enough to be invisible. Watched her laugh with someone who knew her too well. The kind of laughter you don't earn in marriage, you steal it elsewhere. I went home and tucked the children in. Kissed their foreheads. Memorized their faces like something I might lose. I slept less. Thought more. Every small truth stacked into a monument of betrayal. Still, I did not confront. Not yet. I wanted the full picture. And I was patient enough to wait for it. The email arrived at 6:42 a.m. Subject line. Results confirmed. I opened it in silence. Read every word twice. Then a third time. My youngest was mine. Undeniably. My blood. My name. My future. The shock flipped. Because the betrayal was worse than I imagined. It wasn't about paternity. It was about choice. That evening, I placed the printed report on the kitchen table. Face up. She froze the moment she saw it. Her color drained. Her breath fractured. You tested him? She whispered. I simply watched. She began to cry. Messy. Panicked. Unraveling. I was lonely, she said again, as if loneliness justified everything. I remained still, calm. A winter lake no storm could touch. Then I asked one question I already knew the answer to. Did you think I was replaceable? Her silence answered louder than any confession. I did not shout. I did not threaten. I moved with surgical precision. While she spiraled, I packed, quietly, efficiently. Clothes for the children, documents, memories that mattered. Not her. When she realized, she begged, cried, clung, promised. I met her eyes once, only once, and handed her my phone. showing the timestamps, the park, the laughter I had witnessed. She collapsed, but I felt nothing. I told the children we were going on a trip. They smiled, trusting. I took their hands and walked to the door. She followed to the threshold, broken, small, suddenly alone in a house that used to belong to us. I paused, looked back at her for the last time. You said you were lonely, I told her quietly. Now you are. Then I closed the door. The car hummed beneath us as the city slipped away. Streetlights streaked across the windshield like fading memories. The children slept in the back seat, safe, breathing, mine. I felt no rage anymore, only clarity. Betrayal had stripped me raw and rebuilt me sharper. I did not pity her. I did not hate her. Indifference is far more devastating. I realized something undeniable. She had not shattered my life. She had merely revealed its weak foundations. And I had chosen to rebuild elsewhere. Far from her. Far from lies. Far from a love that rotted quietly in the dark. The road stretched ahead. Cold, open, endless. I tightened my grip on the wheel, looked straight into the night, and drove on. Alone by choice, never again by betrayal.